Yeah, we got 2 fresh glasses of ice water with enough ice in, I think, to do some great work with my friend Sam and my CAD here. So now in this second stream, I want to start by fixing a mistake that I made in the part 1. And we also have moved Hannes up into the corner on great feedback from the viewers. And we have an interactive Wilson to-do list. So each stream, we're trying to make it a little bit better. So you can see we're going to do some music gears. We're going to do music flywheel, music gears 3, prog wheel, and start crank. Let's try to get through that entire list this stream. How are you, Hannes?
I'm so good. Try watching some technical stuff here. Trying to get everything to work with the chats.
Yeah, you were cutting out when you said you were so good, and I'm really curious if someone in the chat heard Hannes cutting out as well, or if it's only on my side Hannes cut out.
You're cutting out on me as well, so
okay.
Let's see what the chat has to say about that.
All right, so I made some embarrassing CAD in... We're gonna start with the bonus thing. I'm gonna clean some features inside. I think it was this assembly. Conveyor gears 1. So let's go into my new drivetrain folder and to this part studio, the Conveyor gears 1 part studio. I wanted to cut out these spokes and I used 2 extrusion features here. As a complete noob, I think there's a better way to do that. And especially on the flywheel, I made the same thing. But I made 4. I used 4 extrusion features. And I think I've been thinking over my sins over lunch. So I want to fix them and do them better. The whole thing with this master part method is to get everything to follow when I change sizes of all these parts. That's why I did it this way, because I wanted to be sure that they were following the sizes. There's another way to do it, so we're going to redo this. Yeah, you have some sound feedback?
No, I just want to say that Astro Haha says, hi Hannes and Martin, watching from Twitch now. Nice new setup, Hannes. So far, the Twitch is working. The chat is working. I haven't got YouTube to work yet, so if you're writing there, hold your horses. I will get it to work soon. But Twitch is live.
Okay, nice.
And Nico17 on Twitch says, audio seems perfect here.
Oh, thank you.
So that is good at least.
Thank you.
I will work on getting the chat working.
So, what I'll do instead of these... So I sketched these cutouts from the side like this on a sketch plane. I'm going to go back to the mate connector, which I'm using for sketch plane, and I'm going to turn it around, which will break the CAD a bit. We're going to move this around the x-axis. So rotate around x 90 degrees to get a flat plane. And this should break the sketch. It did break the sketch. That's all fine. And it broke the extrude. We're not going to use them anymore. You can see they turned red. So this sketch, we're going to empty this sketch. Let's see if we can do that. Like this. So now I'm going to see if I can use...
And good to know. Pirat K or Pirate K says YouTube is working. And it is working now. The chat is working. I fixed it. I'm just such a good hacker, man.
Perfect. Nice job.
And welcome everyone to this, our little cozy stream here on the afternoon in Sweden.
Definitely. So I'm setting up a revolve thing here instead. So we're using these features from the diameters, and that was what made me a bit uneasy to see if that would work great. So now, but it did. I hope it does. So now we're going to do we're gonna make this cutout as a revolve instead.
Hello, boys. This is Alphonse speaking from the production.
The producer is here.
Hello, hello.
Make it look like we're working, Martin.
I just wanted to come in and say that I have checked all the live streams and you are sounding really good and everything is fine. We had a small disconnection or something in the beginning when Hannes lost, but it was just for a small while, so we have to see that don't happen again.
Okay.
That's just me in general.
Perfect.
I cut out every now and then. It gets too much with all this CADing, you know.
It's great to hear this, Alphonse. Thank you so much for reporting back to us.
Good luck with everything.
And now X-Chat should work as well.
I don't know.
So,
Yeah, sorry.
quick fix. We're getting better at this.
Yeah. I don't know if anyone in the audience is a fan of NASA space flight live streams that shows rocket launches and stuff. But I think their live streams is just so cozy. Like they're really keeping everything up. It's like a nice radio to have in the background. It's like 8 hours to the launch and still they have like a lot of people hanging out with NASA space flight. So I'm a bit inspired by NASA space flight live streams actually for the Marble Machine. We're gonna have a rocket launch of a Marble Machine eventually. Let's just hope it's not a scrub.
They are good, they're cozy, but do they have...
Oh no.
Do they have a big Wilson that can launch from anywhere at any time?
Wilson can appear. We also added Wilson for stream too. All right. So now I'm going to now I'm going to revolve away these things that I don't want instead. Hit shift, choose revolve axis and change it to a remove. And it's not working at all. Because of the merge scope, perhaps. That looks better. Okay, I had that one. This one should not be. All right. So I think this way is a bit better. So instead of these two ugly extrusion features, we have a revolve one. And if you can do something with one feature instead of two, I think it's a good practice to do that. And it's easier for me to see that everything is symmetric and stuff when I do it this way. We have some brown color here that I want to remove.
And while you keep on working, Martin, I will just say here from Kiri Ren, who says, Hannes, let's make a deal. You fix the member join shoutout and I sub back again. Ready to fly from Japan to anywhere in the world for the grand premiere for the Marble World Tour. It's a deal. It's a deal. I will absolutely shout you out when I get the chance. We're working on a whole new system for the whole backers that are joining and stuff like that. But yes, I promise you, I will shout you out. End of message.
Nice. So this gear is looking like it should again. Shift P hides everything. And I don't have access to the sub-assemblies in the folders, I just realized. Okay, so let's do the same now, clean up for the conveyor flywheel, where this is going to be even better, because here I made two cutouts. I made a cutout to get this, and I made a cutout to get this, because I'm starting with the master part method. I'm starting from a blob, and this is how this is built up. So this orange wheel here is a blob, and we don't want to add a lot of details in here. Just be, actually I even shouldn't have the spokes in here, but I did the spokes just to be able to see through the wheel when I'm working with the position. So then we pull this thing, this blob, we derive that into the part studio here. And here I want to add a few small details. Later we're going to add a lot of details here. which is the beauty of the master part method, that we can go really granular here. We can add gear teeth and stuff, but the position is handled by the blob space claim thing. But to do this cutout and to do this cutout, like a noob, I used 4 extrudes, and we can replace them in the same way with 1 revolve instead. So we're gonna go back to this mate connector, and we're gonna break everything by turning it around axis, move, rotate. And using mate connectors in OnShape for sketch planes is something that Derek Van Allen has cleared for me. It's a really good way to get your sketch planes where you want them. So here you can see everything broke, but that's fine because we're gonna fix it.
Nice. And something that hasn't broken yet is the chat. And from Twitch, we have someone who have figured life out perfectly. Tramnack says, Wintergatan on one screen, NASA, spacewalk on the other. What a dream. Couldn't agree more. That is life.
Is there a spacewalk happening right now? I missed it. Tell me about the spacewalk. So I'm just, okay. I think this is an okay way to do it. I add the same use geometry, which means that if I change the size, it will work later. Let's add some, hit N to look at the sketch from above. It's not really from above.
And here we have more people who ditches work to watch us, I think. This is our dear friend Anders.
Oh,
Mellgren.
priorities, Anders.
We just talked about you before the stream. That's right. That house or what you're now doing can be built later. That's all right. You need to watch some brilliant CAD happening here.
I'm just doing a center line, and then I can do these 2 steps cut out like this. I think I'm gonna mirror this instead. I should have done that in the previous version as well. Something like that. Let's constrain these a bit. So let's do 35. And let's do 12. It's constrained. And now this needs a distance. Let's do 30. Boom. And instead of drawing this twice, you should never draw things twice if you can avoid it. Mirror, choose the mirror line. We're gonna choose all this stuff. But are those construction lines now? Looks like it. Hitting Q to make them solid lines. And now we can do our revolve. Shift W. I'm thinking for wrap. Okay, something went wrong with the construction lines there. Is it the same that I need to? Yeah, this is my gripe with OnShape, that I can't choose a sketch plane when there's a part in the way. Now we're choosing this, shift to choose revolve axis, and I forgot my axis line. All right, in this sketch, I just need to add a center line that I can choose, a perpendicular line that I can choose to revolve around. Shift W for wrap, revolve. Shift to choose axis, and it's revolving. But this is not what we want. We want to remove this from this. So we choose remove, and I think we're there. Yes.
Boom. And Tramnack says that, yes, a spacewalk is happening right now. Live on YouTube.
Oh. Feels like we...
They're not our competitors. We're much more interesting than that.
It feels, that's how I work. Like, shit, what am I doing with my life? Someone else is out spacewalking, and here I am. learning how to revolve instead of extrude.
You need to revolve before you can spacewalk.
Okay.
So we're getting there.
Going into orbit with our revolve commands.
And also, Nerdy3D says, I finally made a Twitch account just now so that I can watch you guys.
Oh, nice.
Welcome and thank you so much. It's so cool to have a lot of people from Twitch watching now as well. Martin.
Yes.
My stream controller has broken yet again.
Yeah.
I know something we forgot to do. Can you record?
Oh, I'm recording.
Good. So we also have the file locally.
Really good call. I'm trying to change this face to gray. And when I go in here, it chooses all the faces. So I have to hit space. That's okay. I don't understand this interface. Anyway, all right. I don't understand what's happening. So if I edit face appearance. Oh, here I can choose what faces. Let's do this one. No. Okay, it took me some time here. All right, so that was the cleanup of my mistakes from the previous stream. Shorter feature tree. I think it's good CAD practice. It's a little bit of a sport to get as short feature tree as possible. And sometimes that can be counterproductive because it's okay to have features. So this is the drivetrain subassembly that we did in the first stream. And now we can continue with the first to-do list item, Hannes.
Music Gears 2.
Wilson is right there.
Yeah, he's. We had to hire another one to our crew. And we know that little rascal is full of pranks and such. But let's see if he can keep in line now for our streams. Wilson can do a good job keeping us focused here.
Music Gears 2, Wilson
And Wilson tells us, yeah, Music Gears 2 is... But first, before we dive into that, I just want to... We got a nice message from Jone on YouTube. Hi, greetings from Argentina. Nice to have you here with me while I work. Are there going to be any recap videos from these live streams? And yes, this is a brand new concept for us. We're going to be live streaming a lot. But on Wednesdays, Wintergatan Wednesdays are back. And that is going to be a weekly recap video of everything that has been done during the live streams. So for people who haven't been able to watch the entire live streams, can watch a nice recap video of everything. So yes, on Wednesdays, excluding today, there's going to be recap videos from the week.
Yeah, thank you for the question. It's a format we tried earlier. I think it's going to be really good. The people who's going can get a 10-minute thing. The people who wants to hang out with us can hang out with us a lot. So now is a question. The Gears 2, Music Gears 2 is actually this big one here, this one. So now, and leads up to, and this one. So it's these two yellow gears we're going to do now. And I have no clue where to put them. I know where what I need to add on to. They need to connect. They need to start from this shaft. But how to get a really large gear in here is a big question. Maybe on the... So here's then comes, should it be on the outside of the Higgins drive? And on the inside of the frame? I might be able to put it right here. We shorten this shaft. And we put it here. So now we're getting into the design part, Hannes.
Mm-hmm.
We did mostly CAD cleanup until now. Let's check this for inspiration. So it's a bit of a question. How many of the gears are okay to be on the outside of everything? So I think this one is going to be on the outside, the big one. But do we want the small one on the do we want this one on the inside of the frame? Or is it also good on if it's on the outside, because then you see it doesn't collide with the kick drum? Two big gears on the outside. It's kind of resembling. Maybe that's fine. So then we could actually put that gear here on the outside. But then the conveyor belt gets pushed to the left here. Let's create the gears and see what happens.
There we go.
So the first thing I need to decide is how to offset the center of the new gear pair. And I think I'm going to use the plane from here. So I think I'm going to just give it a relationship to the center of these gears. So we're going to start all this with an offset plane from that plane. So now let's just thinking, can we do it on the other side? I don't think we can. I don't want to push the Huygens into the middle of the thing. That's what I'm thinking about here.
Yeah.
I want the Huygens on the edge. If we can also... Oh, but we can get... You know what we can do? We can move this gear. We can rotate that gear, perhaps, upwards. So this gear isn't constrained. That's intentional. I can rotate it wherever I want. Something happened with the circular pattern there. Okay. Does this change anything? We have this shaft now is a little bit more easy to access, but we still can't make a really large gear without bumping into this shaft.
I'm just going to throw this in here from 10 produce 90. Why is the frame like this? Seems like an important decision. And the frame is not set yet.
But it's a good question because so the frame will, this is just, I played around with skeleton clock look. And so this is just like Hannes says, it's just it's a placeholder idea. It's just there to give me something to look at while I'm... well, we're going to redesign the frame later. But compared to these 4 legs that we know from the previous machines, let's see if the assembly can load. I think this looks a little bit boxy, and I wanted a more skeleton clock look. So I think we can do a more beautiful frame, actually. But it is an important decision, absolutely right. So for example, if we want to put a bearing for this shaft on this frame, maybe this arc should be higher or this shaft should be lower. I hope to be able to, like skeleton clocks, really have the frames and the gears very nicely together. So start to play around with an idea of a more shaped frame, kind of. Okay, I should just make the gear and then
Make it.
first make it exist, make it good later.
There we go.
I don't know where I should put it actually, but we put it here. I'm gonna put plain music gears 2. Boom. We're gonna sketch on that plane. And now we're going to use only the geometry we know we want to use. What we know is that it's going to sit on this shaft here. So I'm gonna use the center of this, the position of this shaft here by hitting U and getting that circle projected onto our new sketch. So we know that the first gear is going to be on that shaft.
And while you think about the next step, I have a comment here I think you're gonna like to hear. It's from Armin Haber. Hi from Austria. I'm doing a PhD in information systems research and use design science methods. I used to find design requirements dull, but seeing you use them made them more interesting. Thanks.
Wow. Thank you. Yeah, that made me happy.
Yeah, you see, we're doing banger content. I knew it.
Rename. Thank you for that comment. Sketch, rename, sketch, music gears 2. I still feel I haven't really understood how to use design requirements really creatively. We're gonna get there. Like in our plan, I'm gonna get all the parts of the machine into this CAD, and then we are going to dive deep into the design requirements from those parts. So we haven't even started, Hannes.
No, we're getting there.
It's step 1. We're on step 1 in this design process.
You need to figure out what you need before you can add the requirements to them, right?
Yes, something like that. I for coincident. Let's make those, and I think B for parallel. Yes, B for parallel.
And Chuck Arrow says production quality is amazing, by the way.
Nice.
And that is good to hear, that we have high quality stream going on here. And the whole purpose of this streaming is to keep Martin focused on CADing and eventually building the machine instead of focusing on doing videos. This is a good way for us to give you content. You get to see all the work that's being done, and Martin can focus on doing the work he needs to do.
I'm very happy to hear. This big gear, should we make it 1 meter in diameter? And then this can be perhaps 40. That's gonna look tiny. Oh, it's okay.
And here we go. This is a comment I like to hear. On X, from our very own producer, Alphonse. Name a better duo. There is none. Thank you. You know how to grease us up, producer Alphonse. Are you at the dentist and watching this stream, Alphonse?
We're commenting on our own content now. So the reason I'm doing the spokes already here is just so we can see through stuff. This could, in the blob space, this could have just been a disc with no spokes. But that's why. I'm gonna revolve this, and we're revolving a little bit wider now, 10 centimeters to have space, and we're revolving, extruding, and we're doing the gears a little bit wider to have the double helical gear teeth, to have place for those later. And I'm going to do a circular pattern, which is here on this. Okay, I did something bad. I added this to the conveyor belt. I didn't. Classic mistake in the extrude. Let's hit new part instead. And then the circular pattern. Shift for axis, shift twice for number, and then we can't move to add with shift, but there we go. That looks like an ugly hub. Let's make the hub smaller by going into the sketch again and changing this value.
Just gonna throw this in here. I don't know what it means, but Edwin says just make it once, parameterize it, and make sure to reuse that component many times with different settings.
I think Edwin is correct that I had like this shape. I don't, yeah, I think Edwin is correct because so I don't have to sketch all those spokes so many times. However, I don't know what kind of dependency that would be with the master part method. So Edwin is absolutely correct, but I don't know how to do that cleanly with the master part method. So I rather now, when I set up the CAD document once, I rather do this like 6 times. So I have all the parts completely separate from each other, because now there's no relationship between this wheel and this wheel. And I actually don't want a relationship between them. But I think you're right, Edwin. How would you do it with the master part method in mind? Is my counter question.
Otherwise, we need to take in Derek on a call soon, you know?
Yes. That's actually a good question for Derek. Music Gear 2A is this one. No, if for the extrude, I'm gonna also add this, I think. I'm gonna rename this to gears. I'm extruding them in the same go. Yeah, now with the wider gear here. So this gear we're working on right now is this thin, big one in the master assembly. It's this one. It looks so beautiful in the master assembly, but it's a bit of a lie because it can't really be that thin. And I don't want to use a timing belt for this because the speed here is going to be really fast. So the timing belt will do a kind of tone, and I don't want that sound. So that was a bit of a lie in this design when we made them so thin. But I'm seeing now here that when this gear is so thick, feels a bit strange to have it on the outside of the frame. I don't know. Can make it a little bit smaller and keep it above this shaft and put it on the inside. Then we have all the drums and stuff. Let's just take in the kick drum. So yeah, you see here's the kick drum, kind of.
I can, if I squint, yes, there it is.
So putting it on the inside. Where do we put the conveyor belt then? The conveyor belt has to go on the inside. Let's just pull this shaft out for and I think this one should go up to the top somewhere there. So that's breaking. I don't understand why that is breaking the circular pattern. It was the same before when I moved that. Maybe if I change, I'm just gonna try. If I choose an axis on the inside, can I now move this around without breaking the circular pattern? Yes. All right.
There we go.
Learn something.
Nice.
Maybe we should constrain this size just for fun.
Fractal Paradox on YouTube. Hey, we are making gears live now. That's great. Now I can work on my own 3D models while watching Martin work on his 3D models. And you don't know how happy that makes us.
Oh, thank you, Fractal.
That is so wonderful.
That's great to hear. We'd love to, if we can keep you company. That's kind of really one of the value propositions that we hope. Because I'm in love with the chess streamer Eric Rosen. He has such a calm... He starts his stream like, okay, I think we're live. 10 seconds of silence and okay. And I just love that. So, yeah, thank you. Okay, Hannes, I'm running into an space issue, and
tell me about
design issue.
Space, it's huge. Planets and everything out there.
My large gears are causing me trouble.
Who would have seen that coming? What do we need to do?
So,
what do I need to help you design?
What if the convey... It just feels... Okay, you know what? Let's add... Like, next point on our to-do list is the music flywheel. We're at music gears 2. But let's add the music flywheel now. But we're not on that point. Or maybe you want to make both those points white, Hannes.
I will certainly try.
So that will help us decide what to move inside the frame. Because we can't have all this outside the frame. Actually, would we maybe moving the conveyor belt?
And now Wilson can't really decide where it's gonna be.
It can be on both at the same time. Yeah, nice. Let's move the conveyor belt in for fun. Plain conveyor belt. I think I can just drag it there. Let's drag it some more. I should give a relationship to... Perhaps I should rethink this. Perhaps I should... Which come first? I think I should actually do this a bit better. There's no relationship between the length of this shaft and the position of this pulley. But in the real world, there will always be a relationship. We want this shaft to be kind of 20 millimeters outside this for now. So if I know in the real world they will have a relationship, I can add that in CAD as a constraint. And I know why I didn't, but I think now that I should. So I think I should change a little bit how I did this. So we have this plane for the conveyor belt. Let's go into the plane and see what that... Yeah, that offsets from the legs. We're not going to do that. Okay, so the conveyor belt is drawn before the shaft even existed. So then I'm thinking I should perhaps move the conveyor belt later in the feature tree so we can see the shaft. I know why now, Hannes, because I added this shaft afterwards. So let me see if I can fix this. Here's all the conveyor belt stuff. I don't know what's going to happen now if I pull these items. Okay, Onshape seems reasonably happy so far. Pull the conveyor belt later. I'm just gonna see in the feature tree where this is extruded. Extrude conveyor drive shaft. So I wanna this feature list is like chronological. So I want the conveyor to happen after the drive shaft to be able to establish the relationship between them. I'm gonna try to not speak unnecessarily complicated to try to sound smarter than I am. Because I'm not super smart at this.
Shut up.
Okay. Something. You say shut up, but then something broke. Okay.
Oh.
This also needs. Okay. Wait. Okay. The conveyor shaft is using. Why didn't I just... Okay, I can just add a relationship in the extrusion here. That's the timing belt. Okay, let's do it like this instead. So this extrusion here now is blind. Second end position. If we do up to this phase, they will be connected, but I want... Can I offset the distance? Yes, I can. Nice. Okay. So now the point is, Hannes, now you see this shaft sticks out a little nicely there.
Yeah.
If I now move the conveyor belt more in here, the shaft also moves.
Great.
But it's a little bit messy of what drives what, and that's what I don't want. Okay, how do we feel with a conveyor belt a little bit more tucked into the machine? It's a bit of a shame. Did we want an elevator? Let's just... So this is option A, and then I'm going to remove it outside. Playing conveyor, where did you go? Here. I was thinking that it should be like a clear elevator for the marbles on the outside of the machine. Like this. But that makes the machine wide. On the first machine, talking about the first machine, I think we have it here. On the first machine, it was like the conveyor belt is inside. See that?
Yeah.
Inside the box. And the gears are outside. And we've been talking about that we should copy as much as we can from this machine.
If it makes sense.
If it's good addition, if it makes sense.
How much wider would it be to have it outside, and would it make it easier having it outside?
When the machine is in modules, I think the conveyor belt will be taken off. Like, it's not going to be like this during transportation.
Is that a good idea? Isn't it kind of sensitive?
I think that makes it easier if it's on the outside. We can just take it off from the side and have it as the last part of the assembly. But then the marbles roll off. No, it's going to be... No. Do you remember that locomotive with the flywheel on the side?
How could I ever forget your favorite picture in the whole world?
I think I think it should be on the inside. There.
Okay, there we go. Decision made.
Which means that we have some interference here now, which is exactly why we're doing this work right now. I'm gonna
Yep.
find those. And then the kick drum should be in front of the conveyor belt. I don't know. I mean, it's It's a lot of darlings. What do I want to show? I want to show the marbles being lifted up. Let's add a big wheel.
Let's add a big wheel. I just hit this button. Oh wow! Look at that big wheel that's going on. There we go. That's a perfectly
Wilson out of nowhere. We're so proud because we added him to this stream.
yeah. We're allowed to have fun as well.
I think it's important. Let's add let's create the last shaft.
Passblow is wondering, is having the conveyor belt itself a requirement, or have there been other ideas to lift the marbles? Has that ever been considered?
Good question. We lifted on the wheels on the
MMX.
On the MX, we lifted on the wheels, and that was a huge issue with that.
Magnetism.
Yeah, but also the speed of the wheels. I think the conveyor belt is the most silent, tried and tested lifting method. And also on the MMX, we had 3 lifting methods. We had the wheels, we had the fish stair. We had one more, right? 2 wheels and a fish stair.
Yeah.
And here so the marbles went transitioned from one wheel to another. Here we only have one.
Yeah, that seems easier.
Yeah. There's the Archimedes screw that a lot of people like. I think that makes a lot of sound. Okay. Oh, we have unnamed parts, Hannes.
Alert. Can't have that.
This part is going to be named Music Gear 2A. This one is Music Gear 2B. And this one is Music Flywheel Shaft. Okay. All right, we're gonna add the flywheel. We do a plane. Perhaps we should do the plane from the shaft. That's actually a little bit what I did. I'm not being consequent here. That's a shame. But we're gonna do the plane from the shaft right now to automatically fix that relationship, that we fixed here.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're gonna fix the relationship here. And also this shaft, I know it's gonna be wider. So let's go and change this value. Why is it over there? This value to 40. So this shaft is going to be chunky. And now Edwin is going to be right again, because now I'm going to sketch kind of exactly the same stuff again. But as I said, I'm choosing to do that because I don't know how to do it. Okay, so here's the size of the large wheel.
Yeah. There we go.
Somewhere here.
Yeah.
43 meters in diameter.
That is.
I really love this wheel. Okay, 3 meters. Okay. Oh, boom. So beautiful. I mean, this is cool to have these gears here on the side.
Of course.
It's going to be like... Maybe we should make it as the diameter my length, 187 centimeters. Ha. Then I can stand in the wheel like on this Leonardo da Vinci image with the standing man.
Yeah. Absolutely. Just reading comments as well, you know.
Yeah.
Edwin says copy plus pasta and adjust question mark.
Yeah.
It's all parameters, right? So that should be possible.
So when you copy, there's this relationship between the parts, and Derek told me there's like a part ID. And when we derive later into all these, so when we derive the blob into this blob conveyor belt or these conveyor gears, these parts have some kind of unique ID, and probably when with your method it would be the same. It's just then with copy. I don't know how to do that and still being in control of the model.
Then my suggestion to you is do what you're comfortable with and get the job done.
Yeah, but then once in a while you have to learn and develop your methods, like Edwin is suggesting, to actually become better as well. Because some stuff I just think is dangerous to do. But
You see, people, that was a trick question. You can now see Martin is evolving.
it's yeah. So now I'm doing this same thing again, but it doesn't take a lot of time. But that's maybe also one of my issues. I love some boring, repetitive tasks. So we should... Hannes, can you make a post-it? Edwin made it to Hannes post-its, which is a huge badge of honor. And we make a split screen and show the post-it. Talk to Derek about re-sketching the same wheel several times. Master part method.
Re-sketching multiple parts.
Yeah. If he has a solution, so... And when you're done with it, I want to show the post-it in the split screen.
The good thing about this is that I am the only one that can read these. So that's why you're stuck with me, Martin. You need me for work. I'll do a split screen then. Now Edwin has made it onto... Oh, it's mirrored now. That is funky.
That's Leonardo da Vinci wrote backwards as a code, or mirrored. He wrote mirrored.
That's what we're doing.
So
we're going to talk to Derek about that.
Yes.
Thank you, Edwin, for the input. And keeping Martin on his toes.
Yep. Let's do 25.
And here's also a good one from Yordotron3000. Thank you again for using dark mode in Onshape. Such a relief for the eyes. I mean, are you one of the survivors of the Fusion 360 era? The burning of the eyes?
It's like I was in Helm's Deep. That's a great question. Comment. Hannes, should we move the comments up into the left corner, like you suggested from the
left corner?
Yeah, now when we had them next to you in your previous position, perhaps move them away from the CAD up. Yeah, looks good, right?
Yeah.
I think that looks good.
Great.
Extrude 100 millimeters. 100 millimeters symmetric. We make a new part. We're not adding to the shaft. And Shift W for revolve. Shift for picking the inside revolve axis. Shift twice for writing 6. That didn't work. No, revolve. Okay, I'm getting real stupid now. Circular pattern. Boom. Boom. This is what we wanted.
From YouTube, from Frothing Fanboy. Oh, now we can see the chat is breaking up there, so I have to move it down. I get the height limitation for transport, but what's preventing the machine from being wider and deeper to make more space for parts? Plus, a larger base would be heavier, reducing vibration, no?
Yeah. I think it's going... what's preventing the machine from being wider and deeper to make more space for parts? Nothing really, but there was a video where we made a rectangle, and basically what we want is this elegant feeling of height of a sculpture. I think maybe it's like a statue of a person almost, like the footprint of a person perhaps. And when you make the base like 2 meters, to achieve that the height must be 4 meters or 5, and it becomes so high.
It's a lot about the whole talk about the identity of the whole machine that we have been lacking so long. We have like kind of find out that like it is this sculptural feeling that makes the marble machine magical. And having them wide, extremely wide, it takes it away a bit.
Yeah, and also especially since we said it would be good if I can actually play the machine in my own music studio, and the ceiling here is 3 meters. So it's a shame I'm in a basement with 3 meters ceiling height, which is good for a basement, but still, if my studio was 5 meters, I think I wouldn't be able to stop myself from making a 4 meter high machine. But I think like that, and I think also I realized that I need to skip features for the identity of the machine to be right, rather. So we're prioritizing that, I think. But it's on point. One of the hardest questions I've been struggling with.
It is like the whole merging of, you're building a machine that needs to function, but you're also making art. So it's like the hybrid of it all. It needs to feel right as well for you artistically, not just a working thingamajig. Also needs to like breathe Martin Molina as well.
It's I think that's the goal of this design like method that we're using now to get to that point. I'm just thinking now about the position of this, that it feels good and works good. On skeleton clocks, there's a type of skeleton clock called large wheel skeleton clock. The large wheel is centered. So let's play around with the position of this. So if I do it in the back, you will see the large wheel over there, which I kind of like in a way. But let's try to do it centered. So we're gonna hit V for vertical and choose that point, and with this point. So now we're absolutely... Oh, but the other thing is not centered, by the way. It's centered over the gear now.
I just have a very important message here to take care of from Cyrus Penrod. Here's $2. Wishing you the best. You got this.
Oh, that's very nice to hear, actually.
That is so generous of you.
Thank you.
I think I need to move the chat again, Martin, down here a bit.
Okay.
It breaks. It builds upwards like the machine.
You got this makes me so happy to hear. I'm in this crazy uncanny valley of always being more certain and always doubting myself more.
Yeah.
I don't love the look of that wheel. Let's watch it in the main assembly so we see a little bit more what's going on now. It's just a blob now also. Perhaps we need to refine it a bit to get a feeling for it. So it should appear any second now when everything is syncing. Oh, it's not appearing. Why? It's not in the drivetrain subassembly. I forgot that. So we have some parts to add to the drivetrain subassembly, which means also that we need to move some of these parts into, let's see, the drivetrain. Into their own part studios now for the master part method. So all the new parts, the Music Gears 2. It feels I'm working slow now, but it's a hard decision where things are going, so it takes time.
It's okay, Martin. Don't stress.
Thank you.
We're here for you. All of us.
Thank you. New part studio for the Music Gears 2. So in this stream, this is the first time I'm doing this. Music Gears 2. This is the magic of the master part method. We're creating a separate part studio for those gears, and we're deriving them together with the shaft, the output shaft from them. So I want to find 3 parts here. From the blob space model. And we should look under M. We're going to find Music Gear 2A, Music Gear 2B, Music Shaft 2. And now the naming convention helps with the alphabetical order there. They're already derived. That wasn't the shaft that I thought. Did I do this wrong, Hannes? I think...
I don't know, but as Bog SP says, slow is smooth, smooth is fast.
Oh, I love that.
You love that.
I love that. That's the fireman. They don't run when they're turning out the firefighters.
Yeah.
They don't run because if one of them trips, everyone in the whole house burns down.
Yeah.
Slow is smooth, smooth is fast.
And Stian Josok says, the past weeks I felt the most you got this in a while.
Oh.
I can see the vision and the machine taking shape. You see? People are believing, Martin.
It's that's really, really nice. We're prioritizing the machine now. Previously we prioritized content. And we're prioritizing the machine. But I am running into an issue with my naming convention of this shaft, because this is Music Shaft 1. So this is Music Shaft 2, but it belongs to the Gear 1. Yes, okay. So in Music Gears 1, I should have derived as well Shaft 2. I honestly get very, very happy by hearing some positivity. So thanks, Hannes, for conveying that. Music Shaft 2 should be in this design. And we're going to edit that appearance for this nice gray color. Boom. So if we now go to the drivetrain, just see where we are. Yeah, okay. So I'm including the output shaft there. Good. Which means that what I just did with the Music Gears 2, I need to remove this shaft. The input shaft we're not going to derive in this part studio. So let's deselect that if I can. Music Shaft 2. Yeah, we can deselect that. And we're going to choose the flywheel shaft instead. There we go. So also here, let's fix the appearances a little bit. Perhaps we should make them the dark color.
Like that. Boom.
Boom.
You forgot to say boom.
It's good you're keeping me on my toes with the boom. And now in this assembly, we're going to insert that part studio that we just created. So the Music Gears 2, we're going to insert, but I did a mistake. I didn't highlight this first, so we're going to cancel this. as Direct taught us all, we're gonna insert entire part studio as rigid. Music gears 2. And we put them anywhere. We go in here to tie this down. So now they're like in a group because it's a rigid, the entire part studio. To tie this down to the correct place, we're gonna add a mate connector to this part. It appeared there, and we're gonna make the origin visible there. And we're gonna hit M for fastened mate, and we're gonna mate the new mate connector with the origin of the assembly. Boom. So now we have that. We're going to do the whole same thing for the music flywheel. Let me see if I can get through this a bit faster. Create part studio. Rename part studio music flywheel. Derive the music flywheel from the blob space. M. Oh, I misspelt it. That's fine. I think it's this one. Yes. Let's give it the correct color for now. Correct and correct. It's we're gonna make this more beautiful later.
I have a suggestion here from Tapeworm on YouTube, I think it is. Naming convention suggestion.
Yeah, nice.
Music shaft 1 input, music shaft 1 output.
The problem with that is that each shaft is both input and output.
Mm-hmm.
But why is it correctly spelled here? Oh, it's the part studio. But I really like the feedback. The input music. Yeah, so basically I see this shaft as being output from this wheel and input to this wheel. So each shaft is like
multi-purpose.
What I do now is in the order of where they start. Here's shaft 1, here's shaft 2, here's shaft 3. It's like order of the connection. Thank you. Let me go back and fix that spelling mistake. Here. Music flywheel. Let's zoom in on that.
Enhance.
Okay, everyone. You're gonna be part of this.
This is a big moment. We've all been waiting for it.
Oh no,
Where is... Oh no. You broke it.
Okay, I should not...
Rename. Zoom.
Music
you want to see the change.
So, okay.
Zoom in.
You want me to zoom in. Okay.
Look at it, people. It's done.
It's done. Now, Hannes, we can... Our master part model is working. It ended up pretty much where it should be. Okay, so some style points. It looks way better when this gear is to the side. I don't like them over each other. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
If you squint and think about the light gears here, this one is on the back. That's also like what we did for Machine X and stuff. So that's going to be my next thing. Can I turn that over to the left side? And we do that in the blob space. Wait. There's nothing stopping me from doing that. I'm happy to see. So now everything should, if I CADed this correctly, I'm free to just move stuff around. So I go into this sketch. It's not even constrained. So we swing this over to the back. Then I think the music, everything follows. Oh, nice. But then this vertical constraint from this, we have to remove. So here you can see the constraints in Onshape. This little line here, Hannes, means that this dot is vertical with this dot. They kind of shine up when I shine it. I want to remove that. This turns blue. I can now move this wherever I want to again. So for example, just for fun, we could place it symmetrically over the frame. That's much more, that's better. That's much better. I think this one was larger in my previous one. Let's just say that you are 300 instead.
Boom.
Boom. Yes, it started to look nice again.
There we go.
Started to look better. I think I overdid this. But this is the whole point, everyone. Like I CAD'd this in a way that makes it very simple for me to move things around. And when I start building this model, even though, so all this movement I just made also propagates to the master assembly. So even though it's going to be a lot of details in here, I can make these big moves and all the details will follow, is the idea.
That's terrific.
So now, and this is what I've been longing for, because we're going to replace all the old gears with the new stuff. And now we can delete this, I think. So I'm going to delete the old flywheel, part 1. The old, flywheel. I also want this. Oh, is that the whole gear train? I don't think I should delete that yet. We can delete the old Huygens drive. That one I can actually delete. It didn't allow me to delete. It was because I had something chosen. Okay.
Mr. Jonah on YouTube wants to know how dangerous are actually all these large spinning wheels?
This one will cut off any part of your body cleanly if you go into it, and there's like a edge that it push you against, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I tried to say that for dramatic effect.
How fast is that going to spin?
Not so fast, actually. But no, you wouldn't like to enter that. And that's why it's kind of nine side from me.
Yeah.
But they're not going to be metal wheels. They're going to be wooden wheels. But yeah, they will not stop for soft stuff.
Mm.
Which is crazy when you think about it, yeah. There will be some rules, I guess, on how close people can stand. But also, like, if you just get hit in the head with one of these spokes, you're just going to have a nasty bang. Nothing is going to be cut off because you're going to be, like, thrown out of the wheel.
Mm.
The danger is when you stick stuff in and it's some edge coming up.
Yeah.
That's dangerous.
Yeah, well, that's for later. That's the last thing we're going to address. Safety.
Let me just see how high is this now. Center distance. I'm gonna do. Can I do maximum distance? There. Yeah, it's quite good. It's under 3 meters. So what do we feel about? Let's tighten this relationship up. I'm gonna reduce the space between these gears because they don't need to be actually far away from each other. Or do they? It needs to be a frame there. Yeah, these are big decisions. I don't know, actually. I think it's this one. I think I can just tighten this a bit like that. Okay. Let's name this feature so I can. This is over the top. Extrude flywheel shaft, music flywheel shaft. I think I'm gonna sit in this document for like half a year, so actually naming everything properly feels fine.
Yeah, this is not the part to rush.
No. So if people think that it goes a little bit slow,
It should.
It should. Yeah.
Be slow now. Don't make any rash decisions.
Music, flywheel, shaft.
This is our life now.
Naming it is. I love it. I'm feeling so good about everything right now, Hannes.
Yeah. Couldn't be any more happier.
It's good.
This is fantastic. We get to hang out, and a lot of people get to hang out with us as well. That's insane. Love it.
I wonder if I should drill down on this space thing here before moving. Yeah, okay. I'm going to do that. I'm not entirely happy. I think there needs to be a frame to hold this shaft up here. This is going to be on the outside. So I'm thinking that this needs to move inside the frame. But then it's colliding with the Huygens, pushing the Huygens back, pushing the conveyor back. So usually when I work, I can sit and stare at these things for a long time. Just staring at it. You can see that it's kind of heavy here on the left side now. That it would kind of, wouldn't it be nice to get this wheel inside and have just this one locomotive flywheel on the outside?
It would be nice. Is it possible at all?
It's possible to, it's possible. It will have consequences. It will have
How dire.
It have consequences for the space of the kick drum. Perhaps we need to move the snare to the left. I don't want the snare to the left, but it would make more sense. The angle of the conveyor belt needs to fight. If we could have the conveyor belt in front of that gear in the same plane, would be kind of space-wise beautiful. Then the conveyor belt will be kind of vertical. Okay, eyes on the prize here. We want to see, and then where are we fitting the flywheel governor? I can also reduce the size of the gears, but everyone knows that we're not doing that.
No, don't be crazy.
This is the production speaking.
Oh wow!
Is
Ground control.
everything feeling all right? Are you feeling all right?
Oh, thank you.
I got an itch on my back, Alphonse. Can you fix that?
I can try. Will be a hard task, but I can try to call someone.
Everything is going smoothly on our end, I think. The connection is stable now. And as long as you haven't seen anything that's gone wrong, everything is golden.
Everything looks fine. I have checked the different platforms and you are looking good.
Thank you so much.
Remember to tap yourself on the shoulder for every small victory.
Yeah, Martin is doing a lot of victories even though he won't admit it.
I'm
He's
not
working.
I'm not doing. The way I'm working is a victory, but I'm not currently. I'm not doing a lot of victories. We're getting the parts in. First, make it exist. Make it it good
please,
later.
Please shut up about that. You're working.
Okay,
that is good.
There's so many aspects. Like if we move this gear inside. Thank you, Alphonse, for checking in. You're very sweet. If we're moving this gear inside, perhaps that's where we break the... So if everything in the base is one assembly for transport, so this gear is actually not on the base for transport. It's consequences. But having the gears here to the left, large one, I love that look. Hmm. Should I stop staring and actually do that? We're gonna move the gear to the inside. Let's see what happens here.
Fantastic. And while I do that, I just have another message here from Cyrus Penrod that says, here's $5. Can you clarify why world tour versus just make fun videos / music? More fun, question mark? But forcing design requirements to perform perfectly every time, question mark. So if I understand the question correctly, why haven't you gone on world tour instead of making this?
You have to leave that question up so I can read it. It's thank you so much for the question and the support. We really appreciate it. Touring is peak life.
Yeah, that's what we're all dreaming about. I'm not even in the band.
If we just start there, but you're a good time all. If we start, like touring is the most fun way to travel, to see the world, and as a sucker for attention, getting applause is so touring. Why world tour versus just make fun videos, music? Oh, touring. Play. Okay, I need to go philosophical on you for this question.
Yes. Go.
When you're playing music, like you have this peak experiences in life when you forget about time and space. You forget about the fact that you are just a mere mortal on a small little piece of rock in a large universe, and that you're not gonna live forever. In that moment, when you're on the stage, is a moment like that, when time and space cease to exist, and fear, anxiety, all that goes away, and you're just in the moment, feeling that I'm also in control of the situation. I feel I can give the audience what it wants and more. Like all our shows were like complete, like people not often people were overwhelmed from the shows with Wintergatan and my previous band Detektivbyrån as well. That feeling, seeing people smiling, it's just unbeatable. And the fact that I've been away for that for 9 years is such it's such a strange decision I made, because we could be touring with the band. Playing music with the band is so much fun. So, but I just really hang up on this idea. The machine.
Yeah, you got a blessing and a curse with having such a viral hit that was so fantastic that you and everyone else wants a Marble Machine on a world tour, and it's not a simple task.
Yeah, I'm thinking sometimes I thought that like I got audience capture, that the viral hit was that I then stopped making music and just started making machines instead. And sometimes I doubt myself that I did it just because of the attention it got. But then I tried giving up on this project and I couldn't. And I realized like I'm not doing it for the attention. I'm doing it for myself.
Yeah.
I would get more attention now if we would play music. So yeah, it's basically it's more fun. You're right. The world tour is more fun.
And here you got it.
But no,
love that. Thanks for the response. Let's get this machine to world tour.
I want to see the end of that question again. If you can pull up the last one. Yeah, thank you. But forcing design requirements to perform perfectly every time. Cyrus, you're onto something here. We need to make the design requirements less dumb so we can finish the project. And I need to be honest about what. So, for example, if the marbles play 5 milliseconds wrong instead of 2 milliseconds wrong, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's gonna sound good. I need to remove all of those things. So
We can live with it being 98% perfect. That is
yeah.
good.
The point of diminishing returns, we're just going to finish it as simple as we can. Believe it or not, what you're seeing is the simple as we can option. The simpler option is a MIDI keyboard. So no, I really appreciate. I really appreciate the question. The gears, that gear is now inside the frame. That looks correct in my eye from here. And then this one on the outside, the big one. However, it's a war for space here now with the Huygens drive and the conveyor belt. So I'm thinking, should we first try to move the conveyor belt? Because now the conveyor belt is in the same plane. So let's move the conveyor belt to see if it can work with that gear. So you see the conveyor belt is unconstrained here. We can move it really quickly. And this connection is following, see? So now we're clearing that gear with the conveyor belt. That doesn't look bad. Too bad. Right?
You know what it looks like? 98% good.
Now we need to clear this here. Okay. First make it exist, make it good later. So I'm going to... So we can just pull this unconstrained thing here. Now we're getting into something here. All right. And then... You know what? We could have in front of the conveyor belt like a symbol or something. Let's move this. Let's move... The kick drum, perhaps? Or perhaps the kick drum starts here. So we're gonna move it with the triad. If we just move the kick drum to the right. We have this interference. I think I can fix that. You know what, Hannes? I start to like this. Okay, we have yet another major interference with the Huygens drive here. What can we do?
Do the legs have to be exactly there?
No?
But they're not the interference right now.
We can... it's just there to remind me that we need legs.
Yeah, but we haven't fully designed the legs or anything like that.
So how sad would you be if the Huygens drive moved inwards?
I'm all for it.
Not sad at all?
No, I'm all for it. I'm not as intent on letting, being able to show everything all the time as you are. So the key things I want to see, but a lot of I don't mind having some stuff not hidden, but not entirely 100% visible all the time. Makes sense. If it clears up space, move it in.
Yeah, I'm sad.
I know you're sad. I know you're sad.
So now this plane, I think this is the plane. We can move this to the left now. Okay, we're getting there. The CAD is working. I'm happy with that. So it's kind of like two different tasks here where I'm building up a CAD that will help me design the machine, and then sometimes I start to also design the machine. Oh, this is not bad. This is not bad, Hannes. This is, it makes sense. This shaft needs to be shorter. So perhaps we should create a relationship. I think I'm going to fix the relationship between these. No, that's not what I want to do, actually.
Let me help you. What are you thinking about, my friend?
I'm thinking about CAD dependencies and that I should have been perhaps more. Now I see that this could have been on that side. Okay, we're still seeing the weights here.
Yes.
Ooh, Oh.
Okay.
Maybe this gives us place for the flywheel governor there in the opening. Oof. Imagine a flywheel governor in front of the way. Could be something. What?
Yes, I love it.
Let's just pull the frame up. So, and don't get too into the design of the frame here. Where's the skeleton frame sketch here? Let's just do this.
You're getting closer and closer to the Eiffel Tower.
So we see the frame. I like it. This makes sense, actually.
Yeah.
It's not bad. Very clean with only this like huge wheel on the side. It has a music box feeling, monster music box feeling.
Yeah.
Okay. Should we add? Let's go over to the master assembly. We don't have those. I think it's time to get rid of the old legs here in the master assembly. So I'm going to delete them. Delete.
I'm really happy that we have made a new verb. Like Hazel Blazer says here, clad like you've never cladded before. That is not official language, people. And here is a true MVP is writing in right now. Hej, har inga konstruktiva förslag. Vill bara säga hej från Spanien.
Thank you, Mom. That's my mother. She's saying hello from Spain with no constructive suggestions. That's very different from her. She always knows exactly what I should do with everything.
I know one suggestion.
Yeah.
What about more music?
Yeah.
That's basically what she usually says.
Yeah, she
right on the money.
She's right with that. You know what I'm going to do? I think I'm going to add the frame. Oh, I'm going to make a new sub-assembly because I want to see this frame in the master assembly. So let's make a new assembly.
I just want to throw this in here from J. John. A clad is a sketch drawing in Dutch. So clad away.
Wow.
You see, it makes sense.
It makes a lot of sense.
It's actually a sketch.
And in this frame subassembly, we're not going to insert that frame part. No, we're going to create a part studio first to keep the method that Derek has taught me intact. And that's what went wrong with the previous version. I just cladded my heart out with no regards to systems. Part studio frame. We're gonna derive the frame, and I can't say this often enough. This frame is it's just to have something in there. Make it exist first, make it good later. Why am I not seeing it on F? It's not called frame, it's called conveyor or something frame.
The conveyor something frame.
Am I? Or is it an unnamed? Okay, let's go back and see what it's called. Why didn't I see it? Skeleton frame. I'm going to rename that frame. Frame left. Rename. Oh, no. Close. Rename. Frame right. Now, Hannes. I think I can find it. So we're building up the master part model that will help us make the... What we're kind of trying to do is like what goes where. But in a way that I can keep on working with that document later and make it nice. There we go. That took me ages. Frame. And in here, I'm not doing anything in here, but then in the frame subassembly, we're gonna insert that part studio as a rigid frame. And we're doing the same shenanigans that we are, because as everyone can see, it's can move around right now. So we're gonna add this mate connector to entity. We're hitting M to mate that to the origin. And now this part studio is ready to be accepted into the master assembly. Insert assemblies. Assembly frame. As frame, as it's called. But look here now, Hannes.
Uh-oh.
It's...
You need to connect it to a mate connector. I have no idea.
I think you... Okay, this is different now. When inserting a whole assembly, add mate connector. Oh yeah, there we go. No, you were completely right.
You see, I picked up a thing or
You
two
did.
while editing these videos.
So I want to hide that old mate connector. I want to hide this one. Perhaps we just Shift P. Shift P hides everything. I want to see the origin, and I want to features. There we go. All right. It's not bad.
It's not bad at all.
It's not bad. I'm going to replace this programming wheel. It's of the old CAD.
Yeah.
And the base is having some issues over here.
Do you know who doesn't have any issues?
Wilson.
No. Parents. Because of you. As Manjerico says, hey, I've been putting my kids to sleep listening to the Marble Machine up until they were almost 2 years old. No words are enough to thank you for that blessing.
Oh.
And I mean, Wintergatan, helping parents for 10 years.
Thank you, Manjerico. Your comment made me think of a super fun joke from Sacha Baron Cohen when he's Ali G and interviewing David and Victoria Beckham. Because of until they were because you wrote until they were almost 2 years old. Because Ali G is asking Victoria Beckham in the comic relief interviews, which are actually hilarious. I'm dating myself. I don't care. It's a good interview. He's asking Victoria Beckham, "Oh, so your son now? How old is he?" And she's like, "Oh, he's like 6 months, or like 1 year old." And then like the 2 questions later is asking her like, "Oh, so does your son like your music, or is he getting a bit old for it?" Because for all of you born after our age, Victoria Beckham was Posh Spice in a band called Spice Girls, and they were doing children music. Their fans were kind of young, so then asking if her 1-year-old son is too young for her music is kind of a brilliant joke. Yeah,
I just grew 20 years older when you said that. You had to explain Spice Girls.
Yeah.
Oh my.
That's the world we live in now. I mean, look how beautiful this is going to be. The machine room here. Okay, time to get serious. So, the kick drum. I don't want to move it. Maybe we have to move it to the right. It makes more sense to have the snare here. What do you think? Or should we have the kick drum there? I want this on the left.
Yeah.
We have to...
It feels right.
And now I can show you, everyone, the power of the master part method. Because this kick drum with the beautiful tuners and everything is actually controlled by this thing here.
The blob.
The blob. So if I just... I can check these interferences in here. And now I cleared it from those. I think we should move the snare a little bit as well then. So we can blob around in here, and then we can go over and see how that feels in the master assembly. I don't know what the video is called. It's on YouTube, that interview. And they're being such great sports, David and Victoria Beckham. It's like they're really taking it
with a stride.
Yeah, I think it's like British celebrities versus American celebrities a little bit.
Yeah,
like British or maybe European humor. We love to self-deprecating humor. I think perhaps that wouldn't go so well with Americans. Perhaps I'm being I'm on thin ice here.
Watch your tongue, boy.
So now like, okay, can we lower this wheel instead of hiring the... So how high is the kick drum now? I'm not measuring that in a good way. Never mind that. We're kicking that stone further down the road a little bit. The major thing with a frame like this and the conveyor belt inside the frame... What about the conveyor belt on the frame? In front of the frame? Is that stupid?
There's no stupid ideas now.
But of course,
we're trying.
The frame isn't going to look like that. And we need to hold... the frame... It is stupid because the frame needs to hold the droppers. So that wouldn't work.
Speaking about work or don't work, I have a $5 question here from Hailshire's Haven. What if the Huygens drive could be removed and you only use the governor as a tachometer and keep its sleeve stationary? Simpler, less wasted energy.
Thank you so much for the support and good question. What if the Huygens drive could be removed and you only use the governor as a tachometer and keep its sleeve stationary? Simpler, less wasted energy. Can you find the definition of tachometer for me, Hannes, before I answer that question?
Give me a second.
But the less wasted energy, the Huygens drive is not wasting energy, but I think so. And the flywheel governor needs to waste energy to work. That it adds friction to balance the energy. So,
a tachometer is an instrument measuring the rotation speed of a shaft or disc. A tachometer revolution counter. RPM.
I've seen actually Lego Technic tachometers that people have been talking about. That's kind of interesting. Thank you, Hellshares Haven, for the question. I'm going to look into tachometers again. Can you write a post-it, Hannes?
Of course, I'm not to post it.
I'm gonna look into, and so I understand tachometers. I'm not wasting opportunity there. You made it onto a Hannes post-it, Haven. I'm not going to go into it now, but
The tachometer.
is it how many tacos I eat on Fridays?
Yes.
Because that meter would go red, Hannes. We're doing Taco Friday every Friday now, inspired by all the lovely people in Vänersborg.
We'd love to hear it.
I was like, I have to keep Theresia's name sacred from the stream, and then I realized now she wants to be in everything, so I can say that Theresia has the best Taco Fridays ever.
There we go.
I don't think she minds. I did quesadilla. I fried quesadillas yesterday. Okay, I lost my plot here.
Yes. Sorry.
I think this is a good. I think this is a good call to move this gear inside, and we don't have any other. I think this is a good call. I should move on. Actually, you know what we should do, Hannes? We should cross out the first two parts of the stream and move on to music Gearbox. So Wilson should make a little trip there.
Yeah, I will do it soon. I just want to say, Wara TW, thank you for your donation, he just says.
Brilliant.
Thank you so much.
You know what I
That
see
is
here?
fantastic.
This shaft is going to the music Gearbox, but I can't start the task before Hannes has fixed the task list.
And that is, I'm going to be sweating bullets here because I am not entirely sure how I'm doing all this.
We have a high tech. We did this the last streaming round as well. We had this bad oh, look at that. It's happening.
And it's snapping in the wrong place. Is that okay for you?
Okay. It's okay. And then I want the two first one grayed out.
Okay.
Or maybe we can't.
Let's see what I can do. There's no limit to what can be done. Let's see what I can do about this. We are professionals.
Okay, I'm gonna move on.
Almost.
I'm gonna move on to the music Gearbox.
I'm sorry, Martin. I can't do that right now.
It's fine. It's fun. We fixed two things. Let it be like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's better. I want to see what I've done. Great part of this is that this shaft now is free to go left here to become the shaft for the gearbox. So I think we are going to extrude this shaft a bit longer, or I'm pulling this side out. Let's hope that nothing moves. Perfect. So the music gearbox will be in this space. This works out really nicely, actually, Hannes, I think.
Great.
This shaft could be lower, but that would limit the weight travel. Yeah, we're gonna first make it exist, make it perfect later.
Yeah, and I think here's the question that Wara TW wanted to ask. Why don't you mate the gear or mock gear onto the shaft and then slide it into different positions to test where would be best?
Mate the gear onto the shaft and slide into different positions to test where would be best. I think that's what I did. Maybe I'm misunderstanding the question. So the positionally the gear is mated. Okay. Oh, I see mating. Okay. Yeah, it's a. Okay. I think I'm doing kind of exactly that. But in a
kind of exactly. Great answer.
Sorry, Warren. I didn't have a brilliant answer. with a sliding mate, you mean. The sideways control... Okay, now I know the answer. If I understand, sideways control is with the planes. So the planes is actually deciding where the gear is. So I don't want to slide like that. I want to keep moving the position with the planes at this part of the CADing. I hope that makes sense. Let's add the gearbox. We already did this. Or was that the video we didn't release?
I don't know anymore. All the days are blurred. I don't know.
We're kind of at the back here, so I think we should add it forward. All right, I'm gonna add a plane by adding a mate connector here. And then I'm gonna move that mate connector around the X axis.
And now while we're speaking about gearboxes and such, we have a question from Moonquake here. Why a gearbox and not simply a variable speed governor? Much simpler, more flexible. No potential for mistake in choosing the gear.
The governor is...
Thank you so much for the support,
yes.
by the way, Moonquake.
Yes, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. And a great question. The flywheel, we want to keep the flywheel at the same speed at all times to give the exact same moment of inertia to keep the music tight at all music tempos. Otherwise, the slow songs would be less tight than the fast songs. And this wheel would start spinning really fast for the fast songs, which would actually be theatrically really, really nice, that the machine goes faster for the faster songs. But I've noticed through all my experience that that creates a lot of different issues. So we want everything we're watching here is going to have a marching speed that is always on. And then the flyball governor will fine-tune the music tempo 5 BPM up and down. But for the real tempo changes, I want a gearbox. And I also think that if you would add a flyball governor that gears down to really low, then you're wasting a lot of energy in the flyball governor.
Great, thank you.
Let's make a sketch on this. And then we're gonna use some starting point, perhaps just that origin point of the... We're also gonna use the thickness of the shaft. So we have this little nice line there. Okay, this is going to be really coarse. It's not really serious now. We're just gonna see where things are going. So here's the gears. Oh. Oh, it's glitching. Gonna make some meeting gears. Mating gears. Meeting gears. I think I did a mistake here by cutting it vertically.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps we can rotate this. Okay, this is just a blob part.
Yeah, do a rotate transform command.
Nice one, Hannes. All right. Okay. Can't think. I'll be back soon, Hannes. You have to entertain everyone. Good.
I will.
back.
What? Okay, you're leaving me.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can deal with it. You can.
So now, chat.
I'll leave you
now
in
we
a
have
nice
we have the stream all by ourselves. Now you have the time to ask me something, or I can try to impersonate Martin as best as I can to try and answer anything. Oh wow, he's really leaving me all by myself, is he? Hannes, maybe ask Martin. Perhaps would prefer having a question session, like group the questions and answer them all during a small break. That could be a good idea, actually, Hundry. I will have to take that up with Martin later, but that is a good idea. And Alex wonders, did you read Twitch chat? Yes, I also see the Twitch chat. So I see what people are writing there. And now you get to see here. Wilfred, please say my name. Now I have said your name. Wilfred does stuff and more. There you go. Music time. Sorry, I don't have any music lined up here. You will have to do with my voice for now. Terje Josefsson, Hannes, Göteborgsvarvet this spring. Ooh, it's a half marathon in Gothenburg. I ran it last year. I don't know yet. To be completely honest, like the running have taken a quite of a back seat right now in training wise, since I don't know if you guys heard that, but my dad and Martin's dad, they both passed away just a couple of months ago. So I had to attend I had to visit my dad at the hospital a lot at the end. So haven't had the time to really do a lot of running. I'm still training a lot. I'm still going to the gym. But training for long distance running, I haven't really had the time. But I will get back to it. So I don't really know yet if I'm gonna run. Hopefully. Philip Hansel. Hannes, what has been your favorite part of this project so far? There's too many to name them. I mean, all the friends along the way, right? Along the journey. But I mean, I don't think me and Martin have had this much fun in a long time as we've had the last couple of weeks. Wow! I'm just gonna change the angle. What happened there? Someone crept back into the stream. And let's change back. And I guess Martin is coming back. Chuck Arrow, could listen to Hannes' voice for ages. Well, that's very, very nice of you. And thank you all. Hey, while Martin's out, are you going to start doing trainer stuff again? Yes,
I knew this would turn into a Hannes fest.
Yes, it will come back. I just don't have the time right now. But I'm still training and everything. I haven't given up on it. But it takes some time to produce content on that as well. So,
all right, I've been thinking I did this wrong. This is a great example. I started to CAD all these gears here on the gearbox, but this is a blob part. We don't have to do that in here. We're gonna do that in the part studio of the gearbox. We're just gonna claim the space for the gearbox here. So I'm gonna build this up in a completely different way. And
while you do that, I want to say from Trent Holbrook, thank you for your company while I problem solve my late night projects. I've loved the regular updates. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. Thank you so much for your support.
Thank you so much, Trent. Yeah, it's really fun that people are into all the old Marble Machine memes.
Yeah, the lore.
And good luck with your problem solving.
So glad to have you here.
What are you doing, Trent? We're curious. I'm gonna sketch it from the side instead, like this, and I'm just gonna make 2 blobs. So not really gears, but gearbox placeholders. And I think one can be a bit lower like this, perhaps. Because we're still going to have... No, perhaps not. Oh, remember also on this, we actually had to add the shaker wheels. But that's for later then. So I think this will be a really good... If someone is tuning in now, I think this will be a really good example of how to use the master part method. Because I'm going to make a really 2-cylinder blobs, and then we're going to make it into a gearbox in the part studio instead. Extrude the shaft. A bit longer. Sketch is following. Nice.
Ish wonders, is there a Wilson update? I don't know. Let's see how is he doing right now. Ah, there is the scoundrel. Monitoring Martin's work.
Why is it funny?
I don't know. He just wants to hang out with us. He wants to be the third wheel here.
I can go to the drums and make a ragadish if it wouldn't be that I already been having too much fun this stream. Good one. Okay. Let's say that this is gearbox. This is a gearbox. Do you see it?
Yes.
This is a placeholder, space claim gearbox. New parts. Oh, I think I should have center hole on the other one. Let me add that. I'm doing 20mm shafts kind of everywhere now. I don't know. But it would be good to have a standard on the machine so we can have the same kind of hardware for everything if it works out. Quite not a lot of space. Anyway, there's the gearbox. So let's rename these blobs to gearbox input and gearbox output. Gearbox output. Now we're going to create a part studio where we're going to derive those blobs. So part studio, rename gearbox, derive in our master part down to G. Okay. I needed that 4-minute break to get my brain back online here. There we are. There we go. Which one was which? Huh. Okay, we're also going to make the output shaft here. So I know also which one is which. And this shaft is then going to connect to the music programming wheel. Second hand position. It looks stupid at first, but then once I get it in 3D, I kind of start to see slowly.
Mm.
So it's like everything you're seeing here is going to change many times over. It's a really complicated machine. But I know, like, this is what we're building. I know how it works. So we figured that out. So that's good. So now in this Gearbox part studio, we're gonna add that frame as well, that shaft. I think I didn't name it, so let's go and do our homework correctly. We're gonna rename it to Gearbox shaft, or Gearbox output shaft, to be very clear. Gearbox output shaft. All right.
Excellent.
So, and now in here, let's do the sketches in here. I want a good plane thing, so I'm gonna do a mate connector in the middle of that one. That's good. We're gonna move that around. Maybe set is okay. No, I'm stupid. That was not good. Move it around. Yes.
Whoop whoop.
Actually, okay, it's fine.
And you have to tell me, Martin, when you need a little bit of a thinking break, because I have a lot of people to thank pretty soon. So you can do some CADing when I name all these wonderful people.
Yeah, I'll keep to the right here and CAD away. So you go ahead, Hannes.
Because we have a lot of new backers to thank that has joined. This list is from last week. We have even newer ones that we will feature starting like tomorrow. So this is a little bit dated, but we haven't had the time to properly thank these wonderful people yet. So last week we had a total of 66 new backers. And let's start at Andres Antonovs, Andrew John, Andy W, Anthony Klein, Artemis, Aleria, Arthur Ronner, Björn 19, Brebolt, Cyrus, Dagan, Dani Rango, Dennis Valanovic, Derek Van Allen.
Oh, Derek. Hey.
Dominic the Producer 2020, Drummer Joni, Eugene Sluisar, Georg Mayruber, Jergo Köves, Grant Chereskin, Gilame Bongarts, Hal Wayland, Jannes Jäger, Johannes Graf, Jonas Gustafsson, Josef Humphrey, Joseph Kellerman, Julian Kingman, Juruno, Cameron Bultema, Car, Kent Söby, Carrie Kremke, Christoph Boise, Ludvig Fjell, M. Lockwood, Magnus Österlund, Marcus Werner, Matan Shavit, Mary Mead, Mike Stanley, Mjäll Shampoo, Moen, Momme Jürgensen, Nate, Never Here, Oleg P. Chacek, Oxen Mikhailo, Per Bertels, Pierre Gerber, Paul Elnan, Per Skoglund, Rito, Robson, Chau Padilla Dalutz, Russ Wood, Samuel Lyngstedt, Samuel Westin, Sandwich Stefan, That One Weeb, Toby Cornish, Tony Houghton, TR Visualmeyer, Vites, said William Bacall. Woo!
Wow.
Okay, That was a mouthful.
Well done, Hannes.
Let's roll the complete list as well. And we want to thank you all for being a part of this marvelous adventure. This is made possible because of you who keep on supporting and believing in this project. So we couldn't be happier. You guys are freaking awesome.
That's no joke. It's what Hannes said. It's we're really doing exactly what we want now. We're doing the content that we need to do to get the machine perhaps finished one day. And that's thanks to all your support.
Whew.
I thought I was going to be done. I'm not at all near done here. Let's hide that. I want to wrap this around this axle. Are we gonna remove? Okay, there we go. Then on the sketch. So much fun, Hannes. It feels good.
Absolutely. And Mandracool.
Oh, Mandracool. That's a classic username.
Yeah. Member for 24 months.
Wow.
That's so fantastic. Whew. Okay.
I mean, it's not why we're doing the streams, but it's going to be. I don't know if people like understand how hard I've been trying.
Yes.
It's going to be fun to stream this much because they're gonna see like I'm not doing anything else basically. Sometimes when we set up stuff, it takes us some time. I'm working with the setup with Alphonse and Hannes. But apart from that, we're going to.
People get to see that you're actually working. You're not like, I'm just going into my studio and make one video per week.
No.
I work for one day. Nah.
No.
You work all the time.
It's it's not why we're streaming, but it's I realize now it's gonna be an added benefit, and I think the victory when we have one is gonna feel so much sweeter for everyone who's been seeing all this as well.
Yeah.
And I will be able to get great help live from also. What did I do?
Oh no.
I CAD'd this the wrong way.
Oh no.
I thought of it the wrong way.
That can happen when we have worked for 8 hours.
Yes. Yes, okay. What was I saying, Hannes?
I don't really know, but it's gonna be a really sweet shared victory.
Yes.
For all of us when this is done. It's not mainly because we stream, but it's an added benefit to show people how much you actually work. And taking your mind out of the video production game altogether, hopefully.
That is beautiful with the streaming. Like when we're done, we're done.
Yes.
That's beautiful. I looked at this mirrored. That's what's happening. Yes, there we go. So while the blobs can look like this, then you add detail. This is not a lot of detail, but it's still a bit of detail in the part studio. And then you add the part studio to the drivetrain subassembly, which we're gonna do now. It's a good example of the master part model, and I'm really loving this. How Derek emailed and got me onto this path, because it's really good, a good path. And as always, this floats freely here now. We don't want that. We want to build all these up with the mate connectors. Oh, it's that one. So we're going to hide all the stuff. Boom. I want to see that mate connector though. No. And then we're gonna mate this mate connector to the origin, and the gearbox flies into place.
There we go. Fantastic.
And of course the colors are a bit off, so let's go and fix that. I think it's going to be... So obviously it's these are still course sketches, but I want to connect the programming wheel. And I will be able to throw away so much of bad CAD.
But we're still on the music gearbox.
We are on the music gearbox.
Thank you.
Yeah. Music Gears. We're approaching Music Gears 3. Soon here. I'm just checking like the connection with the... How is the programming wheel actually sitting? Is it too high here? I'm wondering where to put this part of the gearbox. If I should go a little bit closer to the programming wheel, like higher up. Let's measure. What happened there? I choose too much stuff. Oh. Okay. Everything is... Okay, I think actually this first streaming days is... I think my productivity has really slowed down now, Hannes.
We will get used to it.
Tomorrow, yeah, it was so much fun streaming today. Tomorrow morning, I will look at this and I will be like, it's gonna take me 5 minutes to just get everything to click here. There's always like that. By the end of a long day, I'm like,
what am I doing?
What am I doing? I don't know how to do this. And then after a fresh night's sleep, it's like going to be fantastic.
But I want to... this is a nice comment from Mandracule. As a mechanical engineer, I can see how hard you're trying. I've been following since the beginning. This is a beautiful mix between art and engineering. I also really want to see the happen in real life.
Thank you.
That is wonderful.
Yeah, love to hear that.
And here's also a great comment from Hadrian. Music Gears 3, the best one of the trilogy. We're getting there. Tomorrow we're getting there. Music Gears 3.
Now I understand. Let's lower this old programming wheel that we're gonna remove from. Let's lower it. That was a bit too low.
And Samo Wings. This is a wonderful format, very fun and different. Enjoy turning the stream off and not needing to edit. Yes! That is going to be fantastic for us. We're only going to do edits on Wednesdays. Otherwise, we're going to be hard at work, streaming.
I will be able to go from here and think about only the gear placements.
Yeah.
Not thinking about thumbnails, not thinking about titles. Okay. We have a lot of work left. I think I feel my brain coming to a halt right now, Hannes.
Yeah.
I'm not capable to adding more serious stuff now. So I think...
Watch out. I think someone is coming to eat you.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Oh, no, he actually did it. Oh, no. Where did you go? I didn't mean to, for real. Oh no, now I'm all alone. Martin, come back.
I'm eaten. I can't come back.
Oh no, it happened for real. I've hidden him away. You can come back now. He's not here anymore. I've hidden him.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you everyone's following. We're going to learn how to do this really, really nicely. We're so happy for your company. I did some progress. I hope to do more progress tomorrow. Tomorrow we're streaming at 9:15 CET to 12, and then we're streaming at 1400 to 17 CET. I messed those times up, but Ludwig is here also. But yeah, I think we should wrap it. It feels like unfinished. It is unfinished. But we did some good progress, and the master part method is working. I just need to set everything up, and yeah. It's I'm always disappointed that I didn't get further.
Shut up. You did very good job. The biggest today was that we started streaming, we ripped the band-aid, and now we're doing live streams, and we're gonna have so much fun. I'm gonna have so much fun with you, Martin. I'm gonna have so much fun with all the audience. It's gonna be lovely. I can't wait to get started tomorrow. This was it was a bit scary. We nerves, but we're getting there. It was so much fun.
Yeah. Thank you everyone for watching. And Hannes is mirrored, so he's looking away from me. That's horrible. All right, thank you everyone. See you tomorrow. We put a stream schedule on a community notice, so if you want to hit the stream times perfectly, Alphonse will put it out tonight. So but tomorrow o'clock 9:15 is Stockholm time. Did I say tomorrow o'clock?
Tomorrow o'clock?
Yeah. Time
streaming we will do.
Time to go.
Yes. Have a wonderful day, everyone. See ya. Bye.
See ya. Bye.